Hey, writers, authors, self-publishers, welcome. I wanted to do a quick video about my daily writing habit and the progress I've had so far. So a few weeks ago, I decided I would start writing daily, and that was to create a habit of writing, but also to see how I would improve in terms of my writing speed as well as my writing quality. I hadn't written any fiction before this, so it was quite a daunting task. But the important thing is I did actually start, so that was a good win in my book. So let's talk about the writing speed first. As you'll see later on in the spreadsheet that I share, my writing speed did vary up and down, but overall you'll get the idea that there was an average speed, and I'm okay with it. It's just under 3,000 words per hour, it's projected, so potentially I can write that fast. I am quite a fast typer. That didn't come as a surprise to me, but what was surprising was that I could not increase my writing speed by that much. It was kind of at the top speed as it were. So what I will plan to do in the future is probably try out dictation as a potential avenue to get more words in. So that was an interesting outcome for this experiment. Obviously, if you can write more words per hour, you'll be able to get a novel or a first draft done faster, which, depending on what your schedule is, that may or may not be important for you. Okay, if you're liking the content so far, hit that like button. Now, the other thing I wanted to improve on was the quality of my words. Now, it's my first time writing fiction, so I wasn't quite sure what to expect. It was kind of a daunting task for me, but I did start, and the first 2 or 3 times was really awkward, very awkward indeed. I won't lie. But as you'll see, there were slow but gradual improvements, and over time, I think, my perspective is that I did improve. My writing quality did improve, and it does come down to practice. So initially I had no idea what I was writing about. I just went in there, I started writing, but after a while I decided that I would hit some of the story beats according to Save the Cat. So I'll literally come up with, okay, I'm gonna try this beat today. Let me write a short story or a short 5-minute or 7-minute bit around this story beat. And that really helped, I found, because number one, it gave me some kind of a goal, some kind of structure to what I was about to write. And number two, I wasn't then thinking about what to write when I was writing. And you'll notice the times when I was thinking about what to write, my word count was significantly lower. So we're talking, 60-70% instead of the 100 or so percent that I was normally able to write at. So that was important for me to track not just the word count, but also the quality of the words. Now, let's not just take my perspective for it. I decided to reach out to a friend of mine, Emma Bennett, to see what she thought of my progress so far. So let's see what Emma Bennett had to say.
I was so honoured to be asked by Andy to suggest some writing craft books that might help him on his writing journey, and also to help to keep him accountable with his fiction writing. And it has been an absolute pleasure to watch his fiction writing unfold over the first couple of weeks. So I have read Andy's non-fiction books and I really enjoyed them, and the writing was very high quality indeed. I also appeared on a couple of flash fiction YouTube lives with him, and frankly I struggled much more than he did with just being given a story idea and a genre and having to write something very quickly. So I did suspect that fiction writing might be something that Andy was rather good at. So Andy started off reading some craft books. I suggested Save the Cat and also a book on showing, not telling, because I think that that's something that a lot of new fiction writers really struggle with, and I think that those have been really helpful for him. I also suggested that he read as many books as possible in the genre that he wants to write in, especially the bestsellers. So that's both so that you can see what's selling and what people are wanting to read at the moment, but also so that you can see just how things work in that genre, what the main characters tend to be like, what the pacing's like, how the storylines work, so that when you go to organize your own story ideas, you have a concept of what will work in that genre, and I think that can be really, really useful, and I hope that it has been for Andy. When Andy got down to actually writing, he was using a method from Chris Fox's book 5,000 Words Per Hour, where Chris Fox says you just need to start with a really short amount of time and just write, really focus, get rid of all distractions and just write. And I think that that was a really, really good idea. It kind of goes with some of James Clear's ideas from the book Atomic Habits, where you're setting yourself up with a sustainable habit that you will be able to keep up. And that's such a good idea. And he wanted something that he knew that he would be able to do daily and that he could build up with as well. And I think that is what he's doing, and he's doing a fantastic job with that. I really like the way that Andy also added his own twist into what Chris Fox suggests, because it's really, really hard to just sit down for a few minutes and just write. I mean, yeah, you can sit down and you can just write, I'm a fish, I'm a fish, I'm a fish, or I'm hungry, I wonder if there's any pizza left for lunch. But Andy was wanting to make the absolute most of every minute that he's spending writing so that he can improve his writing for the particular genre that he wants to write in as quickly as possible. So by adding in the story beats and taking one of those each session and working on part of a story that would hit that story beat from the Save the Cat book, I think that that added another dimension to the writing practice, and I think that that is going to be really, really useful for him. I can definitely see a change in Andy's writing over the first couple of weeks, and I hope I'm not imagining it, but it seems that he's getting more confident and that he's enjoying the writing a bit more. He's definitely enjoying getting inside his characters' heads, particularly the ones that have shown up a few times in his writing. I think he's getting quite fond of them and is really enjoying exploring them deeper. So yeah, it all seems to be going really well for him, and frankly, I can't wait to read his first book. Get a move on.
Thanks very much, Emma, for your input. I really appreciate the feedback. Now, over to you, the viewer. Please let me know, how do you think we can improve our writing speed and our writing quality? Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear what you do to improve. Until the next video, have a great day, everyone. Take care.